Hi, my name is Hannah Felisa. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts, and today I'm going to be doing a song breakdown.
Our souls die under pretty lights, gone at 17, only living on in the movie screens.
I'm kind of all over the place. I have a lot of different influences, but I think like for songwriting, Hozier, I look to a lot, Lord as well. Recently, I've been listening to a lot of Gracie Abrams and Chapel Rowan. I feel like I constantly have like ideas randomly, like a little like melody will pop in. I like to record on like voice memos on my phone. I'm just like constantly recording like little snippets. Like I'll just like sneak off somewhere to like a corner, like in the bathroom, and I'll just like record something and then go back to like whatever I was doing. Or sometimes I'll just like sit down, lay out some chords and just like see what comes and start like riffing. The song is pretty much about just like wanting to remain like in a state of innocence and almost like denial of like the expectations and different like pressures that you're feeling. It's just like wanting to stay in like that little bubble of just like childlike happiness. Just had like the first few lines, let me be naive a little longer, after I like sat down the piano. And then after I had like the chorus like pretty solidified, I then wrote the verses. I played it for my friends and stuff, and they're like, oh, this one I really like.
Our souls die under pretty lights, gone at 17, only living on in the movie screens.
There's just like such a heavy emphasis, I think, like on capturing like your youth. And I think like a lot of like actresses and actors, like when they rise to fame, they're like really young. When people like talk about them, they reference like when they were that age. That person like doesn't exist anymore. You know, they're like moving on, but they've been like immortalized through like media.
Let me be naive a little longer, let these legs pretend to walk on water.
I kind of thought about it as like, you know, like up until 17, like your soul is just like being exposed to so much. And then like, not necessarily that it dies, but it comes to like a standstill. It hits you, like a reality hits you, like, okay, this is who I am. Like you start to know like who you are as a person, like what your identity entails, like where you belong. And I think that's just like a very transitional moment in a lot of people's lives.
To remaking myself something worth choosing.
I was gonna put that like at first in the beginning of the course, but then I was like, no, I need to like get this idea out first, because like, you know, it's kind of like a sad line. It's almost just about like how we're constantly like tweaking ourselves to like do better, to fit in. I think I tend to like be a very introspective person and just like think a lot about like where I am and like who I want to be. Like it's always like a constant like internal battle.
Not ready to grow up yet. A stranger stands in my silhouette.
Yourself, it's almost like you look in the mirror and you like barely recognize who you are. You don't know like who this person is, and it's like looking back at you. I had the piano first. I wanted it to build, and I worked with Adam Castilla. He's based in Los Angeles. He helped me do like all the instrumentation, came in with the chords, and kind of together we figured out like what other elements it needed and what was really going to make it come to life. The angel like wings like represent the like innocence, like the youthful like side to myself, and I'm running away from something. I kind of wanted to make it ambiguous, like you don't really know what it is. You see like some arrows, so you know it's like some sort of danger or some sort of like impending like doom or like realization that you have to be on the run. I guess to me it kind of meant like the thing that I was running from was like time, that it was like inevitably ticking and there was like nothing I could really do, and you just kind of like feel that. I have a bunch of other stuff that I'm like working on right now. Like I'm constantly writing music, and hopefully I can share it soon.
Let me be naive a little longer, let these legs pretend to walk on water. Let me be blind to making myself into something worth choosing.
So cold. Because it was like, it had just snowed. We got so lucky that it snowed that day because we weren't sure like how the weather was going to be like. But I had no shoes on for like the whole video. I was like in a dress. It was like free. Everyone else had like coats on, and like in between takes, I would like run and like put on a blanket. I could not feel like my feet at all at the end of the day.